There's a lot of pressure on me tonight, so I want everybody here to expect me to be terrible because it's going to alleviate any anxieties that I have. So I'm just asking that much of you. Can you guys do that?
Yes!
Thank you. Either way, afterwards there's karaoke and I'm going to be drinking alcohol, so I don't care. It's fine. Everybody having a good week?
Yes.
Yeah? Sounds like shit. It's a smattering. Less than a smattering. It was just a... You guys are having a terrible week. My name's Kayley Rae. I identify as a blowhard. I prefer that you guys use wind gust pronouns when you refer to me. So, like... But you could also do... That's also acceptable.
Screw it.
Screw it? Unscrew it?
Screw it.
No, I'll just break it. It's fine. I'll just hunch down. I already have like a lump back here from like my poor posture. Somebody actually told me that. A medical professional was like, "Oh, you have this hump from slouching all the time." I'm serious. It's a real thing. And I haven't really changed anything in my daily activities. It's terrifying. I looked in the mirror and I was like, "Oh my God, it is there. What happened to me?" Fuck. Anyway. That's just off the cuff. That's just real life. Glad you think it's funny. I'm used to being an outcast. My whole life, I own that shit now. But when I was younger, I didn't really understand what was wrong. But I was always taller than everyone else my age till about 8th grade or 9th grade. And then most of the other kids, at least the boys, they shot up and they were a lot taller. But in kindergarten, in my pictures of kindergarten field day, I'm not kidding, I look like a leprechaun with giantism. I really do. I was trying to work out some way to bring a projector with me, like an overhead, so you guys could see this. I wasn't just gonna pass pictures around. But I look like a leprechaun with giantism. The adult chaperones drew straws over who had to supervise my activities. I bribed this girl to do the 3-legged race with me. I gave her 4 Lisa Frank stickers and a Capri Sun. She was like, all right. And then as we went up to go, she got scared, and I was like, come on, Amy. I wore my nicest Mickey Mouse shirt today. My dad took a fucking half day off work and got a disposable camera for this shit. Let's go. So she did.
Well, now that you guys have already paid the 3 bones, I should probably tell you who I am. My name is Perry. I'll be turning 35 in about 10 years. I've never been a big guy, never looked very old, but I'm here to tell you, puberty, overrated. I bought this shirt in the 8th grade. Can you imagine the savings? 2 pairs of jeans in the last 10 years. Didn't need both, but it was buy one, get one at Gap Kids. What else about me? Let's see. I occasionally like to partake in the marijuana. By occasionally, I mean every damn day. I'm starting to realize, though, that there's some times where you shouldn't be high. There's some times where you shouldn't be stoned. The other day, I was at a 3-year-old's birthday party. Yeah, I was stoned out of my mind, thinking, this is awkward. This is weird. It probably had been less awkward had I been invited. The funny thing about pot brownies, that's the only thing you can eat that makes you more hungry. For me, personally, my craving when I get high is chicken nuggets from McDonald's. That's what I want every time that I'm stoned. So after that 70s show, I make my way down to McDonald's, somehow. It's a nice Tuesday. I don't know why I say that. I guess I'm painting a picture. So I get down to McDonald's. I walk up to the guy behind the counter. It's a black guy. That is important, not just painting a picture. You'll see. Walk up to the guy behind the counter, order my 10-piece nugget. Super proud of myself, because if you don't know, When you're stoned out of your mind, the worst thing ever is talking to anybody who's not high. Especially when you need something from them. So I go up there, order my 10-piece nugget, super proud of myself. He looks at me though, says the one thing that throws everything off the rails, the one thing I don't know how to respond to, right? He looks at me, he goes, "What?" Yeah, so now I'm doubting myself. That was a solid 30 seconds ago. I have no idea what happened. So I'm like, well, I went up to the guy. I came here for nuggets. I would have ordered nuggets. I would have said something about nuggets. I wanted nuggets. That's why I came here. Nuggets. What? Did I say the N-word to this guy? Did I just order a 10-piece N-word? Is that why he's angry? Well, at this point, I've been staring blankly at him for like 20 seconds. So, like, for multiple reasons, I just go, "Sorry." With my hand in his face. Another ill-advised move. He looks at me, makes things worse. Because again, he says something I don't know how to respond to. He looks at me, he goes, "What?" Yeah, at this point, it's sensory overload. I don't know what to do. So I literally put my head down on the little Ronald McDonald House charity thing. I'm just hoping, I guess, people will go around me. Maybe he'll forget about my oddly racist comment. But I feel a hand on my hand, and so I look up. It's not him. It's one of those managers in the badass black sweater vest. And she looks at me and she says, "Sir, could you get away from the drive-thru window?" I did not get the nuggets.
So, not to be on a downer, I mean, I feel like everybody's going to talk about the president, so I want to talk about something a little more uplifting than that. Cancer. So, this morning I was playing on YouTube, and I'm watching videos of dogs being woken up by their own farts. And before the video, it plays this like, commercial. It's very black and white. It's this very somber moment. This woman speaking, and she's just like, "Cancer doesn't care about age, race, religion, sexuality." And I was just like, wow, cancer is more progressive than half of our country. There we go. Hurts, right? Stings a little bit. No, I was lucky. On the way here, Tacoma has a great homeless problem, which is always good source for material. And so I see this guy holding a sign saying, "Jesus loves you." And no one asking for money or anything, just "Jesus loves you." And I just was like, yeah, no shit, that's why he didn't make me homeless. No, I'm not like anti-religious, but the one thing that irks me is when people say like, can I pray for you? Is it okay if I pray for you? Because I want to be like, no. I don't want God to think we're together. I don't. I know you guys are wondering why I'm unusually in shape for a comedian. It's because I'm actually a professional wrestler. That part's... but my favorite part about wrestling is it gives me opportunity to travel to all these weird places and meet all these strange people. Like recently I was on a flight to Vegas and I ended up sitting next to a guy who was a Michael Jackson impersonator, just not in the good way. Too soon? Yeah, Blanket can fight me. But I think what's really cool, though, is I get to travel and do these cool things. My favorite place to go, though, is Canada, by far. Because we can drive up there, and the Canadian border doesn't care about, like, keeping it safe, because nobody's trying to fuck with Canada. So instead, their goal is to just fuck with people coming to Canada. So we go through the border, and they do the usual thing, like, you know, "Do you guys have any guns on you? No. Do you have any knives on you? No. Do you have any pepper spray? No." Then he hits us with, "Do you have any nunchucks?" Like that was gonna trip us up. Like, guns, no, nunchucks. Yeah, fuck, shit, yeah, you caught me. Sorry. My name's Michelangelo, this is Donnie, this is Leo, we got Raph in the trunk. We're here to fuck up the Foot Clan's night. You got us. No, actually, off the subject of wrestling, though, I'm in a relationship, which is always very nice. What's our sex life like? Oh, that's cool. I describe it as Gilligan's Island sex, which is where you feel like they're never gonna get off. No, but it's cool. We actually just got a house in Tacoma, and so we're looking, and the real estate lady was like, "Well, it's a one-story house," and I was like, "Every house in Tacoma is a one-story house. The story is somebody was murdered in front of that house." I do like that Tacoma has a year-round haunted house. A lot of people don't know this, though, because it looks like all the other dilapidated buildings with blood on the door and a body laying in front of it, which is a real tough sell. But for me, I think haunted houses aren't scary anymore because I'm an adult. And, like, I know Dracula's not real, like, mummies aren't a thing. But for me, like, for a haunted house to be scary, it's got to be, like, real fear. Like, real fears I have inside. Like, I would love to get to the haunted house and, like, go real quick, take a piss before it starts. And I'm just, like, hanging out in the handicap stall, and then I just hear the door open and close, but there's no footsteps, just silence. And I see a shadow moving towards the front of the door, to the door, to the door, to the door. And then right there I see 2 feet right in front of the door, and on either side of those feet is a small wheel. To me, that's a big fear. Like getting caught in the handicap stall by a handicapped person. Like, what do you do in that situation? Like, because they're gonna wait you out, like, you're fucked. But they have to know the truth, though, right? That, like, the handicap stall is the best one. Like, that's the presidential suite. Like, you're shitting in first class. You got leg room. God damn.
Give it up for the one, the only Levi Manis! I look like Kid Rock auditioning for Castaway. I live my life the same way I was born, by accident. And behind Arby's. My mind is similar to Quiznos. It's toasted. And no one has any interest in it. Somebody died at the strip club last night. It was a motorboat accident. I don't always smoke weed, but when I do, I smoke it all the time. I was homeschooled, which explains why all of my report cards said, "Get the fuck out." Every exit is an emergency exit when you have to take a shit. Did you know that when your name is Richard, every selfie is a dick pic? I tried to donate myself to Goodwill, and I learned they don't accept white trash. I've always been jealous of that little boy from The Shining because at least his dad took an interest in him. My reverse psychologist told me to be myself. I named my penis Mom. Because it's always embarrassing me in front of my friends. The longer that my hair and my beard gets, the more afraid of fire I become. I need this beard because it's the only thing that's keeping me from looking like Macaulay Culkin. I gave a motivational speech at a suicide support group. It killed. Everyone. Is having sex with someone who's dead inside considered necrophilia? Because if so, I need to stop masturbating. Starting to bum you guys out a bit. Whenever I try to sell my body, I always end up in debt. It's not a happy one either. I wish I had the ability to ejaculate fabric softener. My socks would be so soft. Two birds, one load. So I've been working on a Kurt Cobain impression. He didn't get back up though. This is when I'm breaking character. You had the right idea. When I make breakfast in bed for someone, all I expect in return is a thank you. I don't need to hear, "Who are you? How'd you get in my home?" Just eat your fucking Frosted Flakes. This is our home now. Quiet will wake the baby. I invented a new sex position for lesbians. It's called the safety scissor. And it's just like a regular scissor, except for I watch to make sure it's safe. I'm an emotional eater, which explains why I'm starving. I hang a sock on my doorknob to let my roommates know I'm fucking the other sock. So, I've been making this weird noise when I come, and I have it recorded on my phone. On that note, I'm gonna make like a baby and go ruin someone's life. Thank you.